Oh, hey everyone, Scott here again. Just going to do a second application with a couple of lines of source code in Android Studio. So I'm going to start by clicking on Activities in the top left corner, going into Firefox, and going to Android Studio, search Google tutorial. Then there's a build your first app, which I'll load that up and I'll tag it over here. Then I'll go to activities, I'll go to settings quickly, just double check my screen resolution is 1920 by 1080 with 100% display scaling, which is correct. So click on activities and I'll go into Android Studio on the left. I'll peg that over here. No, peg, close you, go new project. Create an Android project. My first app. Emulator, build a simple user interface. So, see if I can get this menu to close or not. Maybe not. I have to get that. Just want to play dice, unfortunately. There we go. That's better. So I created an empty activity, I believe. I'll just go back a screen. Okay, that's right. Create an Android project. And we went to my first app, empty activity, next, finish, all the good stuff, run your app. I did this in the previous video, build a simple user interface. Open the layout editor. Go to app, res, layout, activity main. So on the left, go to app, res, layout, activity main. And we've got the there we go, come on, got the user interface up with the 25% zoom is sufficient, maybe 23, no, 22 might be a little bit better. Hide the project, okay, we can hide you, that'll do, hide you, keep the palette open. If your editor shows the XML source, click the design tab, so you got the text tab, this is the XML source, there's a design tab in the bottom. I might move this down a little bit too. Click show in the layout editor. Show all constraints, there we go. Make sure auto connect is off, so there should be a magnet. Oh, excuse me. Turn off auto connect. Default margins, there we go, it should look like that. Yeah, that's alright, I got the message before. Add a text box. So I'll go over here, there's a text view, plain text, text view in the current tree, that should be in common, there we go. And I'll just set that up over here. And get some space. In the palette, click text to show the available controls, drag plain text over. Oh, there we go, want plain text, plain text, that's the one we want. A little bit bigger. No, drag you over Yeah, in palette, click buttons, drag a button over. I'll just put the button down the bottom somewhere. There we go, it says button. Change the UI string, select system design, surface, it shows up here. And select design, which is what we've done. Upres values strings, upres values strings. There is a easier way to do this. String resources, open the editor, blah 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 blah. Click on add key, which is the green plus, which may not be present in this version, unfortunately. Where are we? What have we got? I'll do that. Click add key. I'll right click on the strings and I'll go to the string resources. Click the open editor at the top of the editor window. And close it and reopen it. Click open editor, there we go. So if I go down here and I click on add key, there should be an option to add a key with the little plus sign up here, there we go. I call it edit message. Default value is enter a message. App source main res, looks good, hit OK. If we go back to strings, we can now see there's a name, edit message, and the value of that ID tag or name tag is enter a message. And we can click on translation editor again. So we've got edit message, add another key named button, send with the value of send. So I'll click up here, I'll go key button underscore send. Default value is going to be called send. I go back to strings and you can see there's now button send send, so it just basically types the code for you. Click on the text box or the attributes window. Now I can set the strings right here, return to the layout file. Okay, we can close these off, go back to activity main. If attributes window is not visible on the right, click on attributes, no component selected. Look at the text property currently set to name. Delete the value there. So I've got the text value is name, so it's going to delete that. In the bottom right corner where it says text, locate the hint property and go to pick a resource, which I might be able to do from here. So I'll go enter a message. I assume it's the one that we want. There we go, edit message, hit OK. We got a little add symbol string edit message, and it's a little tag, that's all good. Then we go to the hint property of that, button, same diff. Text is button, delete that, click on the little thing to the right of it. And then there'll be button send, and it updates the text to that to send. Make the text box size flexible. Click on show blueprint. Where are we? Create a horizontal chain. Change the width to match. Select views. Click one, hold shift, click the other. There we go. There we go. I think that'll work. Constrain. Click constrain to selection. Select both views. Click one, hold shift, click the other. I think it means control actually, but we'll try it with shift. There. Right click the view and go chain, create horizontal chain. There we go, chain is a bidirectional constraint. Select the button and open the attributes window. Select the button and open the attributes window, which we've already got open. So I can just go back to that with the button selected. Click the text box to view its attributes. Click the width indicator twice. Match constraints. That's a bit ugly. Now click the text box to view its attributes. Click the width indicator twice. Match constraints. There we go. Okay, that's a little bit more equal. Set the right margin to 16. I don't know if we can do that easily from here. The right margin to 16. And I'll set the left margin to 16 as well, just for the namesake of doing both, because I suspect it's going to look ugly otherwise. And we can run the app and see what it looks like on the Pixel with API 25 and have a look at it quickly. It's booting up now, so it's loading up. There we go. Very good. My very first application, enter a message, hello world, and send is a little bit ugly. We can type stuff here. We can now type stuff over here. And hit the send button, and that's pretty much all we can do with the app at the moment. So I'll flick that off. And I'll just reboot you. Start another activity. We're going to go to you have not chosen activity, single screen, blah blah blah. Respond to a send button, add a method onto the main activity class. It's called by the button as follows. We want app Java, main activity, Java, where are we? I have to track these out a little bit. Top one looks good. Main activity, there's some code. So we've got a Kotlin example, which looks a little bit like Swift. And we've got the Java example, which looks a little bit like Java. So I can copy paste this, it'll be much easier. Normally you would type this out manually, but yeah, whatever. Called when the user taps the send button, public void, send message. Okay, send message is underlined, it's never used. View is never used, do something in response. You may see an error, I can't resolve the view class. Perform a quick fix with alt enter, we'll just do that as an example. So you can say create field, generate overload. There should be an import statement, I imagine. Import class, there we go, return to activity main XML. In the attributes window, locate on click and select send message. So we go back over here. Go over here, on click, there's now a drop down here. No, there's not. Click on that. On click. I may not have saved this file. Say Control S, that should probably save it. And I'll go back over here. No, it still doesn't love me. Select send message, so I'll just type in send. No, it's not doing it. What's going on? Public void, send message. Method send message never used. Improvement file. Save all. Go to activity main. Go to the button. And click. Send message. I don't know if that's going to work very well. Click to select the button in the layout editor. That's where we are. In the attributes window, locate the on-click property. Done. Select send message main activity from the drop-down list. That's not letting me do that. Send Android, no preview. Okay, doesn't love it. Just gonna click on run and see if we get any errors. Let's see what happens. This is what you usually do when you're debugging. Compilation failed. That's alright. Cannot find simple class view. Okay, here we go. Now I can press Alt Enter on this. And we can go. Scroll. Where are we? Quick fix. Import class. Okay, it's red. I'm doing Alt Enter over it. It's importing the class at the top. So now we've got Android view. So if I go back to activity main XML, I can now click on this drop down. There's main activity send message. That's in blue, which is good. Save that. We can hit run. We can hit OK, and it should do a little compilation. Don't want the Kotlin. Come on, go back. Okay, so it's public access, it's void, run Kotlin, implicit unit view is unit parameter, build an intent. An intent is an object that provides runtime binding between separate components, such as two activities. In main activity, add the extra message constant and the send message code as shown below. So we've got a public static final extra message. So I'll copy you over to here on the main activity. I'll do that and save it. No, just go to message. And then we've got the send message code with the intent, the edit string, the string message, the intent, the start activity. So we're gonna do something in response to the button, and that's what we're gonna do. That's right, end of send message. Save use. Now I've got a bunch of red stuff. Okay, red means we cannot resolve the symbols. Should be soon. So I want to go to intent, press Alt Enter, import the class, edit text, Alt Enter, import the class, display message activity, Alt Enter. Okay, that's going to be a bit more tricky. An error remains for display message activity. That's alright, you'll fix that in the next session. Here's what's going on. The intent constructor takes two parameters. Package context called this, which is this, and a display message activity class, which is a subclass of context. The class, yeah, looks all normal. So now we create the second activity. So we're going to the project window and going to right click on the app folder and go new. Activity, empty activity. activity, empty activity, there we go. And we're going to call it display message activity, just for simplicity's sake. Add a text view. Okay, allow source language is Java, target is main, that's very good. Okay, I made a whole bunch of files, go into res, layout, activity, display message. Okay, so there's a text view, so I'll just drag the text view over here in the middle. Could be a little bit bigger. Might give it a little room. App res layout, there we go, turn on auto connect, turn on auto connect. In the palette, click text, okay, I'll delete this and do it again. There we go, that's much better by the looks of it. Create one more constraint, sort of uses edge constraint, 16 on the left, 16 on the right. Then we're going to display a message. Now you modify the setting activity to display the message that was passed by the first activity. So we go to display message activity up top left in the Java folder. And we've got the override. We want to call super on create, which we're doing. We're doing all that. Okay, so I'm going to do this. So I'm just going to have to answer the door. Won't be a moment. And I'm back again. My friend's here. He's going to help me with the code, maybe. So we're going to get the intent and then capture the layout text view and set the string. So this is what source code looks like. Oh, not going to paste from history. Paste from here. Import the class. That's done. It's complaining that message is never used because we haven't used it yet. I'll just copy the second block of text, the source code. Import the text view class. Press Alt Enter to import the missing classes. So this is the text view current resource symbol, create ID, create a new reference. We've got intent, bundle, and text view. Just gonna double check. We've got intent, bundle, and text view. Yes, we do. And up navigation. App manifests. Can we run the app in its current state or not? I'm just gonna have a look. I think it's gonna complain about can't find symbol variable text view. That's correct. Okay, what do we got here? Where's text view? Come into it. Where does text view come into it? Just control F and search for text. In the palette, click text and drag a text view. Okay, that's been done. Create one or more constraints, optionally, do blah. Okay, the text view's name is probably something else. We'll just jump over here and have a look. Okay, the text view's name is text view 2, that's why it's not working, so we'll just go back here, use the magic dot, text view 2, there we go, now it's fixed, very good, that was easy to fix. Now we're up to adding navigation, each screen your home app, each screen in your app, but it's not the main entry point, which is all screens that are not the home screen should provide notifications. The user can return a logical parent. You need to declare which is the logical parent. So open up app manifest, Android manifest. Locate the activity tag for display message activity, which I believe is here. I'm just going to move the microphone a little bit so it doesn't brush against my jacket. What you do? Just it's open. What you need to do is declare the logical parent. Hey, Sam. Hey, man. Yeah, just log it when you close it. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Just rotate it clockwise. Yeah. I'll check it in a sec. I'll check it in a sec. Yeah. Okay. I'm just recording a video. What you need to do is declare which activity logical parent. This meta tag is required if your API level is 15 or lower. Okay, that's probably what we want. Android name, display message activity, Android parent name. We'll just copy this into here. So we've got that's there. Activity down there, I think. And just close that tag, and then it's going to have a big complaint about something. Move extra closing tag. There we go. Okay. There's superfluous. It automatically adds the app button to the app bar. Run the app again. So let's try that and see what happens with the Pixel API 25. And we'll jump back in here and have a look what it's doing. Hopefully it's uploaded the app. My very first app. It's right now. I don't think that's done anything at all. Contents of elements must consist of well-formed character data or markup. Okay, we've got a bug. Let's drag this up. We've got a bug. Where's the bug? Where's the bug? Where's the bug? Okay, Android names. Probably got something to do with it. Android name. I need to go up. Android activity. Android name. There we go. That'll probably fix it. Usually when I have a problem, it's XML. My Java is good. We'll run it again. The element type activity must be terminated with a matching end tag activity. This is just what I had before, but I deleted it foolishly. Now I can do that again and run it. And it should go run. Enter a message. This is a message. I'll just double click on you. Come on this. Message send. Reverse application. This is a message, and there's a little back button so we can go back to the first page. Whoop de frickin' do. Close that. Boom. We've written some code. There we go. That's it. You've built your first Android app. To continue learning the basics about Android app development, follow the other links provided on the tutorials front page. Hold down the power button, power that off. So you got a couple of more links, entry points, all that sort of stuff, adapting different devices. I'll say good documentation for that one. So that's pretty much it for now. I'll close this off as well. So there's some XML. That's what XML looks like. This is Java. This is Java. I'll close you. Close you. I believe it's to finish.